All right, welcome in, learners, to today's explainer. Today we're going to do something really fun. We're mastering Native American English idioms, but we're not just reading them off a list. No way. We're actually breaking down a completely natural, everyday conversation. And then we're going to lock those phrases directly into your brain using some seriously powerful visual memory techniques. If you've ever found yourself completely freezing up when trying to remember a phrase in a real-life conversation, yeah, you're in the right place. We're going to fix that today.
So here is our game plan for today. First up, the cookie conversation. Second, we'll do a listen and repeat drill. Third, we build the Victory Memory Palace. And fourth, our final review. Let's jump right in.
Section 1. The Cookie Conversation. Bob and Susan's Big Win.
Honestly, there is no better way to learn vocabulary than seeing it in action. So, let's meet our characters today, Bob and Susan. They just hit a massive, and I mean monumental goal. They've been hustling hard, and they successfully sold an incredible 4,000 cookies. Just keep that huge number in your head as we listen to how they celebrate.
Listen to the upbeat, natural conversational pace here. Bob shares the fantastic news, saying, "Well, Susan, we did it. We sold all 4,000 cookies." And Susan immediately reacts with our very first idiom. She says, "I can't believe it. It's really music to my ears." Think about it. When you get wonderful news, it literally feels like hearing your absolute favorite song, right?
Notice how smoothly they keep chatting about their profits being way better than expected. Susan naturally drops in, "We are finally sitting pretty." Now that means they're in a highly favorable, super comfortable position. And Bob totally agrees, adding, "We definitely struck it rich with these cookies." That just paints a vivid picture of sudden wealth and hitting the jackpot.
Now, you can really feel the climax of Susan's excitement here. She literally exclaims, "I'm so happy! I'm on top of the world!" She feels like absolutely nothing can bring her down. But check out Bob's grounding warning right after. He says, "Me too, but don't get carried away. We still have to deliver the cookies." That is such a perfect use of "get carried away" to mean losing focus or losing control because you're just so overwhelmed with emotion. The job isn't done yet.
So the dialogue wraps up with this very common, super casual phrasing. Susan insists they celebrate first, telling him, "You deserve it." And Bob decides, "Thanks. I think I'll go take off for a few hours and relax." Susan agrees with, "Good idea. You've certainly earned it." This is exactly how native speakers use the phrasal verb take off. It just means leaving a place, usually to head out and relax.
Moving right along to Section 2. Listen and repeat drill. Mastering muscle memory.
Okay, knowing the words just isn't enough. Your mouth literally needs to know how to say them. So we're going to slow things way down to focus on phonetics. I want you to repeat each phrase out loud with me 3 times. Seriously, don't be shy. Ready? Music to my ears. Music to my ears. Music to my ears. Great job. Really feel the rhythm of those syllables.
Now let's enunciate this one clearly together. Ready? Sitting, pretty. Sitting, pretty. Sitting, pretty. Did you notice how that double T in sitting almost sounds like a soft D in American English? Keep an ear out for that.
Struck it rich. Struck it rich. Struck it rich. You want to smoothly link the K in struck right into the it in it. Struck it rich.
Keep up the great work, active learners. On top of the world. On top of the world. On top of the world. Let all those words just flow together in one smooth wave.
Let's say this next one nice and naturally. Get carried away. Get carried away. Get carried away.
All right, final repetition drill to really lock in that vocal muscle memory. Take off. Take off. Take off. Fantastic work. Your mouth is now fully trained to say these idioms without even having to think about it.
Section 3. The Victory Memory Palace. Linking and exaggeration.
To make absolutely sure you remember these, not just for today, but next month, we're going to use Tony Buzan's exaggerated visualization techniques. I want you to step into our Victory Celebration Memory Palace with me. Imagine you're walking up to your living room, but the entryway, it's a giant, fleshy human ear. And instead of everyday sounds, look inside that ear canal. There are tiny full orchestras standing right in there, loudly playing the most beautiful classical symphonies. It's a totally bizarre image, but it permanently locks in music to my ears. Next, you walk into the room and head for the sofa. But this isn't your normal, everyday couch. It is completely covered in luxurious, expensive velvet and heavy gold cushions. The moment you sit down onto it, a heavy, jewel-encrusted crown magically appears right on your head. You look like absolute royalty. You're safe, wealthy, comfortable. You are truly sitting pretty.
Now picture the coffee table sitting right in front of that sofa. It's made of blinding, heavy, solid gold. I want you to imagine grabbing a massive hammer, raising it way above your head, and smashing that solid gold coffee table as hard as you possibly can. Watch it crack wide open, violently spilling thousands of sparkling diamonds and gold coins all over the floor, literally bouncing off your shoes. Why? Because you just struck it rich.
Okay, now look straight up. Attached to your ceiling is a perfect miniature spinning model of the Earth. Defying all gravity, imagine yourself suddenly standing on the absolute icy peak of the North Pole, right there on that ceiling Earth. You are triumphantly waving a giant victory flag. You literally are on top of the world.
And man, this next image brilliantly illustrates our next idiom. Look over at the crystal chandelier hanging near that spinning Earth. It's come alive. Its crystal arms are physically reaching down, grabbing your party guests by their shirts, lifting them up and floating them wildly and uncontrollably through the air across the room. They literally cannot control themselves because they completely get carried away.
Finally, turn around and look at the room's large window. The glass suddenly blasts wide open. Your favorite comfortable reading chair sitting right by the window suddenly sprouts massive, loud airplane wings from its sides. The engines roar to life, and the chair literally starts to take off into the open sky, leaving the whole party behind.
And finally, Section 4, Final Review, Locking in the Fluency.
So we've heard the conversation, we've trained those vocal muscles, and we built a pretty crazy visual memory palace. Now read along with me on the screen for one final, highly energetic run-through to really seal the deal. Music to my ears, sitting pretty, struck it rich, on top of the world, get carried away, take off, boom. You now have 6 powerful native-level idioms perfectly locked into your active vocabulary.
Well, we really hope this explainer has been absolute music to your ears today. But before you take off, I want to leave you with a provocative thought to spark your motivation for the week ahead. When you finally achieve that ultimate fluency you've been working so incredibly hard for, how exactly will you celebrate your victory? Keep that awesome image in your mind. Thanks so much for joining me today. Keep practicing and keep reaching for the top of the world.